Very good. We've got our cross members made out of wood. What I did forget to mention that as part of this project is I got these from Shooting Targets 7 on Amazon. But it's a couple of steel plates that the wood screws into. But then it's also got a little slot for the T-post. So that's what I'm using. We'll see that here in just a second. We've got the buckets over here with concrete in them. I had to wash the side of the buckets just a little bit, so there's a little extra water in there. You can see, it's just a shame, but you know, whatever. We'll get that dumped out in a little bit. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get those T-posts set into this concrete. And then right before we do that, we are going to prepare these lids for the posts. So, Emery, set the post down for a second. These little center sections are just perfect. So what we're gonna do is get the drill going over here. Jack, you can grab one of these lids.
Put that down.
All right, let's bring it over here. Nope, Emery, set that down. There's no reason to move that. All right, now set that lid down right there on it, okay? Now you see how there's like a center? Get it right in the center, and then full speed. You're gonna wanna hold the lid. Yeah. Hang on, are they going the right direction? Is the drill going the right direction? I don't think so.
Oh, it isn't.
Yep, there we go. Nice and easy. All right, push down, let it keep going. Perfect. All right, now, let's go ahead and see if you can fit this over one end of the T-post without any more drilling. So go to the end. It doesn't matter which end right now, we're just test fitting it. And see if that post will go through that hole.
Nope.
Not really, huh? So we need to do a little bit more drilling. So what I would say, this isn't technical, but get the drill. And this is 1.25 inch bit. I would bet you if we had 1.5 inches, it'd probably work better. But I don't have 1.5 inches. So what I would say, Jack, set it down again. I would say take that 1.25 inch bit and let's just kind of wiggle it around in that hole, see if we can get that a little bit bigger. You know, move the drill around, kind of around in a circle. No, with the bit in there, kind of like you're doing, like in there. Like that. Let's see if we can do that. Full speed. You could also, you know, folks, you could use a hole saw if you have one big enough. I think I do somewhere. I didn't want to get it, so we're just kind of making. I mean, it's a target for the yard, right? Doesn't have to be beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it again.
It doesn't have to be like a fashion show.
A fashion show?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
boy.
a fashion show of home improvement?
Yes, indeed.
Still not quite there, huh?
Almost there, though.
Almost there. Let's give it a little bit more. Keep
I
going.
feel like I should just
Hey, Jack.
drill that entire hole.
Look down before you keep walking.
Oh,
There's my water. Yep. Okay. Yep.
that could have been bad.
It's like literally every time I have water outside, Jack dumps it somehow.
It's an accident.
I know.
I don't watch where I'm going. Don't judge me.
Oh, no judgment here, man. It's a judgment-free zone. I'm just pointing out the facts. Still doing it. That's good. Yes, folks, there's better tools for this. There's better ways of doing it.
That would be good.
This is not the best way, and this is not the best tool, but you know, you don't have to have the best, right?
You don't have to have the best to be the best.
Ooh, I like that. That's pretty good. You don't have to have the best to be the best. You just be, right?
You
All
just
right.
are.
Well, tell you what, I think I'm gonna take a shot at this
This looks
to make it just a little bit wider, and then we'll test fit one more time. Okay, we've got these holes drilled out in the lids. Yep,
Looks
it
like
worked
a
out.
Stop sign in the shadows.
It worked out. Oh, it does kind of look like a stop sign in the shadows. All right, now, what I want you guys to do is go ahead and stick the post down into the wet concrete in the middle. As much in the middle as you can, and let it touch the bottom. Looks like
It's hard to bring out.
it should be, yeah. Don't bring it out. Put it in. Let it get all the way to the bottom. Looks like we may have to put some more stuff in there. Jack, now you're not quite in the middle. This is where I get a little bit, you know, persnickety. Is that the right word?
Picky.
You know. All right, cool. Now that it's in the middle, and this, of course, this concrete is very wet, don't stir it around, Emo. You want it very still, okay? Now go ahead and pull your lid down. And snap your lid in place.
Ah, I can't. I feel like
Oh yeah, this thing is in the way.
It's true. See if you can just push it down anyway. Maybe you'll punch a hole in the top of the lid. It's okay.
It won't stay
Don't do that, Emo.
closed
You'll
all the
slip with
way.
your foot. All right, so we've got part of the T, which is, oh yeah, Jack, you're doing a good job. Oh, look at that, perfect. You push
There we
it
go.
right through. Okay,
Here,
now
let
help
me help
Emery
you.
out with hers. That's perfect,
Oh,
because that's
wow.
gonna hold it still.
All right, yours is perfect.
Oh, that one. Oh, you know what? It looks like the Sherwin-Williams bucket is a little taller than the Lowe's bucket. So, folks, if you're gonna get a bucket and you care about size,
get
Sherwin-Williams. Yeah. Okay, no, that was kind of silly.
Yeah, you
so
think?
like,
We're not
don't
trying to
touch them.
fence
Don't touch them. Now, hey Jack, don't touch the pole. We want these poles to sit here and harden. Okay.
Okie dokie.
So they're gonna harden. The last thing that we need to do to make this work is, oh gosh, here's a wasp. Is we need to put these hangers on these pieces of wood. So for that, folks, I just need some screws, and I think that's it. So we're gonna do that. We'll get that set up, and we'll show you what that looks like. Well, as usual, I needed more things than what I had. Well, more things than what I prepared for, but luckily I had some things. So the way that this went together, I thought that one of these brackets would go up top, another bracket would go lower, but when I test fit those on the T-post, only the first bracket would just barely fit on the top. So we had to rethink this. I went ahead and I didn't have enough wood, but I have a bunch of pallets. Oh, let me get this before my truck goes over it. I have a bunch of pallets, so I just took one of the straight boards of the pallet and just cut it to length. So since I had two of these 2x4s, that came out to a little over 7 inches wide together. So 7 inches minus 24 for 2 feet is what, Jack?
17.
Yes, I'm
17. So then I cut
paying attention.
3 pieces of pallet board to 17 inches. Then I had just some metal straps left over from another project. So I just grabbed those and put them on. It's overkill. Is there a better way to do it? Absolutely. Are there better products to use, ways of putting it together? Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, but do we really? Do we care?
Inch away from you.
We don't really care.
Right, because is it done?
Yep.
No.
Yeah. So here's what we'll do. So let's see. Emery, why don't you go ahead and pick up those white pieces of plastic over there?
I don't know if we're done yet.
Jack, you go ahead and pick up this wooden holder that we
Which
made, a
end?
target holder.
Which end should I pick up with?
Doesn't matter. Any end is fine.
Actually, kind of looks like the window that we built.
Kinda, a little bit. All right, we're gonna go set it right in here just in case it rains. The sky's looking nice, but there are some dark clouds, so we don't want everything getting rained on. So,
You never know.
all right. So Jack, go ahead and set it down gently on the concrete. Nope, over here, over here.
Just right here?
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so this is the back side. No big deal. Actually, go ahead and flip it over.
How come?
I want to show the front side because the front side doesn't have. Okay,
This
set
is
it
the
down.
front?
Yeah, set it down gently. Slide it over for us so we can see it better over here, not with all the toys. Slide it over to the left, or for the audience, to the right. Okay.
Them
Okay.
to the
Now,
right.
now, Emery, if you will, think of those white pieces of plastic like they're windows and just put them right in those frames. One goes there, sure. And
That works.
oh gosh,
Oh no.
one goes over there,
Listen,
One
I'm
goes
a worker person.
over here. Yep.
Listen, I
So,
don't make windows.
so what we're gonna do is real easy, guys. It doesn't have to be hard. I'm just gonna use a stapler, and I'm gonna staple these in once we line them up a little bit. We'll staple them in, and what this will allow, and I'll show a picture of this once the concrete is dry later today or tomorrow. Well, you hang that on the T-post, and now, once it stands up, when you're down range, you have a target on the left and a target on the right. The targets that I had earlier in the video, we'll just tape them up to these, or we can use a little clamp or something. Doesn't matter, it can be pretty easy. And then that's it. And then what that allows you to do with this backer is if you end up using tape for your targets, even if you shoot out the middle of these backers, that's fine. There'll be enough to still tape target after target after target onto these things. And since it's plastic and treated wood and I guess some pallet wood, it can stay outside all the time, no big deal. And if we end up needing to make a bigger one for some bigger targets, that's fine, we can do it. So, yeah, here in just a little bit, I'll show you the finished product. Any last thoughts?
We
should
forgot to
tell
do
them
the gun
like
safety.
and subscribe.
Forgot about the gun safety.
Oh, okay, so we'll do the gun safety when we show them the final product.
All right.
All right.
For now, we're gonna leave, but I kind of want to tell you guys to like and subscribe because it's always a good time to say it. I mean,
Make
you
sure
know
to ring-a-ling-a-ding
what?
that bell.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Like and
we'll do it all
subscribe.
together tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe and ring-a-ling-ding that bell.
All right. We've got it put together. It is raining, so we have moved into our barn at the moment. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show everybody how it went together, and then we're going to talk about our 4 safe firearm handling rules because we have gone over them today, have we not?
Yes, we have.
We have. Okay. Okay. So here's kind of how this went. Just so I can show you the back. Last time I think I showed you kind of the brackets and all that kind of stuff. This is the one bracket that I special ordered to fit on the T-post. These are just some I had laying around. I could do this a different way. In fact, if I were to do this again, I probably wouldn't put these on the outside. I might use something smaller than these because it might be easier to use the clips. The clips are just these binder clips that I'm hooking in. You can see how I hooked them in up here just to kind of hold it. I got a pack of like 12 of them for like $5 on Amazon. If these get shot, you just replace the clip. So we just plug it in, or I clip it in right there. Over here, I've just got some extras we can plug in. Why do I keep saying plug in? We can clip in on either side, and just know that, as you can see kind of how this is running up here, if you shoot this target, it's probably gonna, it's probably gonna hit the wood in here. It's not a big deal, it's just wood. We can replace that, but it should last a pretty good long time. And we've got all kinds of targets we can put in here, but this is great because we could, this is where you can have some fun, you can put 2 targets up, right? And I could say, okay, Emery, you're on the right target, and Jack, you're on the left target, and you can see who gets closer, and that would be fun. This could also be good for sighting in airsoft. Yeah. Luke likes to do airsoft, so do I. So, but before we wrap this up, let's talk real quick about the 4 safe handling firearm safety rules. All right. So, who wants to go first?
Me.
All right, what you got? Which one do you want to go over, Emo?
I want to go to the last one.
Which one's that?
Always beware of your target and what's behind it.
Yes, be sure of your target and what is behind it, because you can certainly hit your target, but bullet's probably going to go through the target and hit something behind it, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
Perfect.
If it's like this, if it's metal, it probably won't go through.
You don't know. What if you miss? Right?
Well, that's
All right.
not going through it.
But you have to be sure what's behind your target, right?
Comment down.
Alright, so
Okay, Jack.
make sure your muzzle, which is like the tip of the gun, make sure your muzzle never crosses anything you're unwilling to destroy.
That is exactly right. Right. Very good. Never let your muzzle cross anything you're unwilling to destroy. Luke, Give us another one.
Treat all firearms like they are loaded.
Treat all firearms like they are loaded. Word for word. Thank you, buddy. All right, there's one more. Anybody remember the last one? What do you got, Mo?
The nuzzle one.
No, I already said that one.
Make sure your for your finger not to be on the trigger when you're pointing at the target, but when you're sure of your target, you can shoot.
Yeah, exactly. So you keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on target, right? So as you're lifting the firearm up to target, your finger
Also,
should
comment
not be
down
on the
below
trigger.
If you know the gun safety rules, comment gun safety.
Yeah. This is one of those times where safety.
But in this case,
Yeah.
safety second.
Well, we're first.
We still have comments. Safety first or safety second?
All right, so one more time. Treat all firearms like they are loaded. Never let your muzzle cross anything you're unwilling to destroy.
Keep your finger off the
Keep
trigger.
your finger off the
your
trigger
target is
until your
sighted.
sights are on target. And be sure of your target and what is behind it. All right, and that's it. So yeah, this was pretty easy. A really easy build. We can shoot these up and it's real quick and easy just to build it again. Thanks everybody for watching.
Make sure to
Like and subscribe this video and ring-a-ling-a-ding that bell.